Hey guys, JHub here bringing you another episode of M.O.A.B on every map, and today's map is Offshore. Now the setup I'm using is an MP7 with extended mag and silencer. My secondary is an MP9 silence. 3 starting perks are Scavenger Pro, Assassin Pro, and Dead Silence Pro. Then I'll move into the Specialist with Sleight of Hand, Sit Rep, and Quick Draw All Pro. So the setup I'm using was basically made for this map and this map alone. Basically what happens is there's a lot of noise going on, there's a lot of footsteps. Your teammates, if they're not using like Dead Silence or anything, their footsteps are extremely loud, so it'll throw you off. So I decided to run with Dead Silence starting off because the enemy also, if they're not running Dead Silence, they are very easily to be heard. That's why I have Sit Rep as the second perk going into the Specialist after Sleight of Hand, because I have to have my Sleight of Hand on my MP7 so I can reload faster and move on to each target. But you gotta have Sit Rep, it helps you out a lot. There's 3 different levels on this map though, so sometimes sound whoring may not help you at all. They're going either above you, below you, or right next to you. Sometimes it's very hard to tell. You're basically just gonna have to pay attention at all times. You're gonna see a lot of this time that I sound whore quite a bit. That's why I fast forward through a couple segments in this game. I'm moving around the map trying to see if anybody's around me, but it comes down to it, Sit Rep Pro is what saved me in many different situations because I didn't know where they're coming from. The spawns are not reliable at all. If anything, I think they are the worst on the new maps. Even on Terminal, they've kind of messed up the spawn system quite a bit. Now, the only thing I suggest to playing on these new maps, if anything, would be Domination. That way you can actually kind of control the spawn system, but Kill Confirmed and TDM will basically just throw you out of whack. You're going to be seeing, like, throughout this gameplay, I'm having to stick to the buildings because they are spawning around me, and all I can do is just move from target to target, trying to stay alive. But also a tip I could give to you is try to stick to the middle and lower levels. A lot of people really haven't realized that there is a bottom level to the map that will help you get around and take advantage of different spawn locations or different flank routes. I've been taking advantage of them. I've only seen 1 or 2 other people actually use them, so I really suggest you try to find all the paths on this map. This map is just kind of like Dome, but with different buildings and a whole lot bigger space, but it's still just small hallways you're walking through the whole time and battling, and there's very little lines of sight that would be helpful for like assault rifles or snipers or even LMGs. This is a shotgun and submachine gun map. Even though it appears to be very large, it's still just kind of a small map in my opinion. But some advice if you want to do well on this map when you're playing Domination, try to stick around B. There's a couple different routes that spawns tend to lead into, and it's kind of like the crossroad of the map. Typically other maps with B Domination, it's not a crossroad, it's like on the other side of the map, kind of like Hard Hat. Interchange may be kind of a crossroad, but then again, all the different points just kind of lead around it. But on this map, where B is located, everything seems to end up at. That's where I find like the most traffic is, unless you're actually in their spawn while they're spawning. Because then you're just hectic, you're sitting there just switching targets nonstop, hoping you don't die and get shot in the back. But like I said, try to stick around B. That's about right where I'm at in this gameplay. You're going to find that that is the most active location on the map. They're coming from, I think, 4 different directions, maybe even 5, to try to take that point. So try to stick in the back building across from where you just saw I was at, running from, or where I'm running up to right now. Across from there, on the other side, there's like a building you can stay in. And I found that if you can hold down that building, more than likely you can hold B without issue. Now, the 3 guns that I would suggest to you that you should use on this map are probably going to be the P90, the PP90, and the MP7. MP7 is probably what you're going to see the most. It has the high accuracy, the low recoil, and whatnot, but sometimes if you run into a PP90 in the close range situations, like in these different hallways, you can easily hip fire that thing without issue. You can drop people fast. I know I like to run rapid fire and extended mag with steady aim, and you can just drop them fairly fast. Now, you just saw that's how crazy the spawn is. Like, I think I just killed him not too long ago, and he spawns right there below the stairs as I'm walking to it. So far on all the new maps, I've actually been able to watch people spawn. Even on Terminal, I thought Terminal was just going to be a copy and paste. The spawns were going to stay the same and whatnot, but it doesn't seem like that. Like, when you go up the escalators and you're overlooking C, I was able to watch 2 to 3 people spawn nonstop while I was continually shooting them. Like, there was nothing stopping them from spawning. So you really gotta pay attention to these things. I can't stress it enough. I got very angry earlier. I guess it wasn't because I didn't have enough sleep or something, but the spawns were getting so bad that I was just going nuts. If you follow me on Twitter, you could have saw some of the rage I was putting out. I just couldn't stand it, and I eventually just had to get off and get some sleep. And then when I got back on, the first game I played on Offshore, I managed to drop a mob, luckily. Now I just have to work on decommission. I've been close several times on that map, and I think I found the right gun for it, so I'm going to try to use the thermal L86. with silencer. That seems like what I got closest to with so far. Seemed like that was the fastest, especially if you can get them trapped on domination at A. If you take C and B, you shouldn't have no issue at all. Something else that was cool about this gameplay was the fact that I got over 40 kills, meaning I killed over half of the points needed to win the game, which is pretty cool. I know the MOAB helped out a little bit. We were actually losing at this point in the game. We were down by, 10 kills, and then we actually managed to come back in the very end. I think the MOAB got 5 or 6 kills, and then I dropped about 4 or 5 immediately after the MOAB. And then my teammates managed to pick up a couple more kills, helping us actually get this win, because I don't know if we would have actually been able to get it if it weren't for my teammates picking up a couple kills or me speeding up at the end. Because instead of doing the whole knife thing to show off I got a MOAB or whatnot, I instantly kicked it into high gear to try to help win this game. You're going to see that right now. I just turn and just start dropping people left and right. I think I actually get a 4-man feed, even though it only shows 3 of them. I wasn't that fast, but I was fast enough to drop 4 people. And then I move around the corner to try to take on a couple more. I get 1 or 2. Then I shift over to the doorway because I hear people, SitRep Pro helping me out, but when I turned the corner, there was 2 of them. I thought I could take advantage of them. I thought one was farther back and he wouldn't kill me, but he did manage to pick me off. But we still won the game. Here's my teammate getting the final kill cam, and here's the scoreboard showing that my final score was about 43-4. Now, 2 videos you probably missed. The one on the left is my Lookout MOAB, and the video on the right is my latest episode of Minecraft Monday. A link to my Twitter will be down in the description in case you want to follow me, get into open lobbies, or get on my Minecraft server. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Other than that, peace out.